I'm Oral Hershiser, and I am on Blue Review. Hey, this is Sean Green. You're watching the Blue Review.
Bum,
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 bum.
bum.
Ring.
Just
Yeah,
like a
that's
sad
that's
day.
that's kind of how the morning is right now for the Dodgers and Dodger fans. Welcome to the Blue Review presented by LAX. I'm Marcas Grant. That is Greg Bergman. Greg, we're gonna get into this, but it's starting to feel repetitive at this point.
Yeah, repetitive is the right way to put it. And I like how Wolfpack put it in the YouTube chat. Dodgers are bored. They need a new challenge. Yes, their new challenge is hitting the
Winning,
ball.
winning,
Hitting the ball would be
scoring.
a new challenge, or not letting the nine hitter get you, and hitting a pitcher that everybody else in the entire league hits. One of those things. That's their new challenge.
That's the new challenge indeed. Dodgers lose their fourth in a row last night. The final score 6-2 against the San Francisco Giants. We will get into that and I don't know, search around for some answers. If anybody in the chat has them, we are open to suggestions. But first, want to let you know that the Blue Review is powered by LAX. The next time you're heading to LAX, look up. You'll see the future of airport travel in action as the new all-electric Skylink People Mover train is undergoing testing. For more information, visit lawa.org/ESPN. All right, so the Dodgers 6-2. They lose to the Giants. They have lost four straight. Greg, they have lost four straight by 4 or more runs. The first time that has happened since the team set up shop in the city of Los Angeles.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say other than it's been the same problem for a couple of weeks now that this team just does not consistently score runs. Yesterday it was combined with Yamamoto not really being at his best. There don't seem to be any easy answers, Greg, other than they just got to hit better, right?
Yeah, I think it's just that. Now, you can't give up 6 runs and 9 runs. You can't give up 15 runs in 2 games to one of the worst hitting teams in all of baseball, and maybe one of the worst teams in baseball. They've lost 4 of 5 this year to the San Francisco Giants. The Giants have what, 20 wins, 21 wins?
18.
18. So that means that 4 of those 18 are against the Dodgers.
Almost a quarter of their wins are against the Dodgers this year.
They'd be 14-23 without playing the Dodgers, and just horrific. So they're just letting guys. You mentioned in the group chat, who's Eric Haas, and how the hell is he the guy that's hitting multiple home runs and almost 3 if Andy Pages wasn't a good outfielder?
Eric Haas, a guy who has bounced around the league, has never really had any significant playing time in the major leagues, had a couple of season-long stints with the Tigers in 2021 and 2022, but has never really done much of anything. As you mentioned, the 2 solo home runs, very nearly a third that he drove to the wall in straightaway center field. He apparently has channeled Patrick Bailey, who got traded away. So apparently the Giants just needed a new light-hitting catcher to show up and break the Dodgers' hearts. I don't really understand it, but yeah, that's what happened last night. Yamamoto was not at his best yesterday. I guess I got to rephrase that because hitters 1 through 7, he was fine. He looked like Yamamoto. It was 8 and 9 where he ran into trouble, gives up the 2 homers to Haas, gives up a solo shot to Harrison Bader. I don't really have an explanation other than I don't know if I won't say teams are figuring him out, but he just hasn't been sharp his last few outings.
No, he really hasn't, and he gets through it, and I think he made it through 6, but he's the same issue that Roki had the day before, where he's leaving pitches over the middle of the plate with 2 strikes. And that's just typically not what he does. Like it'll be a 1-2 count, and he leaves a splitter over the middle of the plate, and like that's just cookies for them. They look at it and say, oh, hey, well, thank you for this pitch that's right down the middle for me and not very fast, and a pitch that I can just wait on and hit and then smack it out of the yard. The fact that the Giants are the ones doing it, part of me feels like, it's like, this team is I got this team on the ropes. I know I'm so good at pitching, which he is. He's like, I can throw whatever I want and they're going to miss. And he got hit multiple times. I think, what was it, 3 solo home runs off of him?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. 2 by Haas, 1 by Bader, which a thing that I didn't even realize until
back-to-back pitches.
Yeah, back-to-back pitches on the other ones. Yeah. What I didn't realize until last night is Yamamoto has never beaten the Giants. There's their first time allowing 3 homers in a game in his major league career. Yeah, also, the first time he's ever allowed 2 homers to the same player in a game in his major league career. But yeah, I believe he's never actually had a win against the San Francisco Giants in his career.
The anti-Kershaw?
Apparently, yeah, because Kershaw couldn't lose against the Giants. Yama, for whatever reason, cannot get a win. I don't understand it. It is what it is. It didn't help. Blake Trinan came in last night and couldn't shut down the rally. He showed up with runners on first and third and ends up giving up a 2-run double to Jung-Hoo Lee. Again, another pitch that just left over the middle of the plate with 2 strikes, and Lee hammered it to the gap in right center field, drove in a pair of runs. It was just kind of all bad last night. But again, Greg, 2 runs, it's just hard to win with 2 runs.
How are you supposed to win any games? And I mean, this is typical for Yamamoto to not get a lot of run support. He did in his last outing. I think, what was it, like 7 or 8 runs?
He had 8 runs, which they're like, that's enough, right? Like
that was like 4 outings.
We're done scoring for you for about a month now. So.
And now we got Otani today, and they don't score for Otani either.
No.
I mean, to be honest, they're not scoring for anybody at this point. At the same time, like he just doesn't get a lot of run support, and it's all of these pitches. And I just need to say it straight up because I know we're sitting here and we're talking about kind of complaining about things. We're going to do this every once in a while. It's a long season. We very much know that they're going to be fine. We know Yamamoto's going to be fine. We know Otani's going to be fine. They're going to go to the playoffs. We still think they're going to win the World Series, but these are things that are problems. So I just like having to say it every once in a while, just to remind the audience out there. We know that.
We should have somebody we should just build a graphic that just runs across the bottom of the screen. Yes, we understand in the long term it's going to be fine, but we got to talk about something. You know?
Right. But yeah, because all of these things are a problem. It's not just, and the problem is now it's not just the hitting. The pitching is starting to catch up to the hitting and being a bit of an issue. Where, I mean, Roki wasn't terrible, but he still gave up enough runs to lose. Yamamoto wasn't terrible, but he gave up enough runs to lose. Snell wasn't terrible, but he gave up. Like these are outings that they should be winning, and they should be, at least if they scored a couple more runs, they would be in a much better position. And it's very frustrating to see them. They're actually getting on base, and that's what the more frustrating part is too, whether it's through walk or they're getting a couple singles, which we always talk about, like, hey, just get on base, just move the guys around and then get the big hit, and they can't. It's not even, they're not getting, not only they're not getting the home run, they're not getting the big single or the big double. They're getting the big double play to score 1 run.
Yeah, that's sort of frustrating. Monday night, they put together 10 hits, and they just couldn't take advantage of the opportunities. Last night, they couldn't even really generate opportunities. The 2 runs they scored, you had Shohei score on a sac fly with the bases loaded by Will Smith on a ball that was hit really hard. Lee just tracked it down on the warning track, and they got a run out of that. And then the other run was the Shohei solo home run, which, hey, by the way, that was nice. It was nice to see. Not just the home run, but the fact that he hit it to left center field, because that usually means things are starting to come around for him again. So that part was good. But other than that, just it's frustrating. I see a lot of stuff in the chat that's certainly worth getting to. One, Roy Estrada, different perspective. It's difficult to win 1 World Series, and to win back-to-back World Series is a milestone. We make the playoffs every year. Should we be overreacting this year or enjoy the journey to three-peat? I mean, we should be enjoying the journey, but we're also going to overreact.
Yeah, we have to overreact.
Both things can be true.
We
You gotta-
appreciate you being here always, right, Marcus? We
Absolutely.
love that you guys are in the chat. But if we don't talk about this stuff, you and be like, everything's gonna be fine.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right, see you tomorrow.
It's also be a really short show. We got 30 minutes to fill. The kid saying better to be slumping in mid-May rather than into September. Share Bear agrees. Good news. We're not peaking at the wrong time. So that is true. Here's one that you and I were talking about before the show.
Yeah, oh boy, I think I know what it is too.
New challenge. When the bases are loaded in the 8th, challenge the 3rd strike. I really want to see this team be aggressive with using their ABS challenges in the late innings. You know, the Max Muncy one, just that one broke my heart because it looked like it missed. But even if it didn't, what's the harm? You have 2 challenges. Take the chance that maybe it did miss and you get another opportunity or something. That one made me kind of sick to my stomach last night.
Yeah, so I think I sent something to you guys in the group chat. I was looking for it. That the Dodgers, it was before the show, before the game. So this is before yesterday's games. The Dodgers are, here it is. The Dodgers are second in terms of winning percentages on challenges. The Tigers are first at 61%, and the Dodgers are 60%, and second in all of Major League Baseball with winning challenges. Now, that may be just because they don't actually challenge. So, Max Muncy not challenging. The first one, he would have lost and would have made it so he wouldn't have challenged the second one.
Right.
But he very well could have challenged that one. But the second one, the one on the strikeout, is unacceptable to not challenge.
Just give it a shot.
It's
just tap the helmet.
Yeah, that is your highest leverage of situations. You have bases loaded and you're down by 4. You have one out. Andy Paz is coming up, but that doesn't, for you are the big hitter right now. You have home runs. You've been one of the most consistent hitters on this team all season long. How do you not challenge in that situation is mind-boggling to me. It's almost as if they're like, don't challenge unless you're 100% sure. And he's like, I'm not 100% sure, so I'm not going to do it. Doesn't matter. Like that's one I think everybody would be okay if that winning percentage went down just a little bit because you were aggressive with the challenge. With the bases loaded,
take the shot, take the chance on it. I know Alex Call's theory has been in the later innings that guys should be more selfish with the challenges. And again, the 8th inning, the bases are loaded. This is probably your last really great chance to close the gap, tie the game, maybe even take the lead if you can string together a few hits with the bases loaded, and to just sort of watch Muncy shrug and walk away was really hard last night. That was really difficult.
Because it's not just him. Remember, there was one. I mean, I understand that it was the difference between Max Muncy and Alex Freeland, but Alex Freeland did something very similar just a few weeks ago. Yeah. And we're sitting here going, what are you waiting for?
just tap the helmet, man. Let's go.
See, and this is also it comes to a bigger conversation. This is kind of what I was afraid about with the ABS coming in. I love it. I think it's the right thing to do. I think the umpires are actually getting better because of the ABS challenge. I think they're calling pitches much, much cleaner and tighter. But the fact is, now we just have another thing to complain about that the hitter can't truly see. He can only see. He doesn't have the box that we see. He can't see that. Oh yeah, it was 0.2 inches off the plate. So therefore, you should have challenged. So we're complaining about things that are tough for the hitter to actually be as aware of that we're aware of.
Yeah, I actually thought they were going to take away the K zone on TV once the ABS came in. I guess not. So it does. It's sort of, it's like watching football and being like, don't you see where the yellow line is? Just run to the yellow line.
So, I mean, what would you think if they got rid of the K zone? Would you be upset?
No. I've said that the K zone has made us worse fans because every pitch that is slightly outside or maybe nips the box, we've moaned about. I mean, now we have ABS to sort of calm people's nerves a little bit, but I think having the K zone has made us worse as fans because now we're just like, he missed that by a millimeter. Dude, I mean, You have the Angel Hernandezes of the world, the CB Buckners of the world, who are like legitimately bad. But sometimes we would moan about things that just barely missed.
Yeah, the ones that is just like a seam that's on the side of the corner, and they call it. And it's like, oh my god, one. The umpire was right. It was a ball.
Yeah.
Like, all stretch of the imagination, it was a ball. But that one little teeny.
Yeah, those frustrate me because I guess by the letter of the law, it is a strike. But I mean, come on now.
When the pitcher would say, "Hey, that was a good pitch.
It's a good pitch." Yeah. When 99.8% of the ball is outside the strike zone, it's kind of like, all right, what are we doing here?
Right. But so those are the ones that even when it was Angel Hernandez, you don't get upset with the umpire for that one. The one that is just on the edge. It's the ones that are like 2 inches off, and you're like,
you called it a strike.
How could you call that a strike?
It's the Eric Gregg off the plate strike that you're getting a little bit.
Joe West.
Yeah. Don Kim saying Fox took off the zone. Sportsnet still. Yeah, Sportsnet does still have it. I'm sure I've watched the game on Fox, but I don't know if it's registered with me that the K zone wasn't on the screen. So
right.
Share Bear saying we need some analytics around when it makes sense to challenge. I am sure most teams, and I'm sure the Dodgers, are very much working on something like that, on figuring out when's the right time, what are the leverage situations in which you challenge. I'm sure somebody out there is diving into that sort of thing. We also have to keep in mind that this has only existed in Major League Baseball since late March. So we're not even 2 full months into life with ABS. So I think everybody's still trying to figure out what's happening. So
yeah, can we talk a little, I guess, positive? Something good to talk about? Shohei Otani.
Home run good last night.
Opposite field home run. Got on base a couple of times. Had a single as well. Like he's may or may not hit and pitch tonight, but he's definitely on Thursday.
He's not going to hit tonight, so he's not going to hit for the next couple of days. Yeah,
the next 2 days. Oh, next
2 days. Yeah, I know Dave Roberts. They weren't sure about today, but he did say later that he had sort of made up his mind before the game yesterday that Shohei was not going to hit on the day he pitched. And he didn't want to change that just because Otani got a couple of hits. He had the 2 hits, had the home run, also had a walk. I think Roberts had sort of made up his mind that they were going to give him a couple of days off at the plate. And even with the 2 hits last night, they didn't want to go back on that. So it's 2 days without him in the lineup. It sort of stinks just because it looked like he was coming out of it last night. And I just want to see him get some more at bats. So I don't know.
I think it's interesting. There's the school of thought. We told him he wasn't going to hit and pitch on the same day, and we was going to give him a day off. He was going to get 2 days off. I mean, the fact is, he calmed down. He hit an opposite field home run, which we've talked about many times. Opposite field home runs means that he's on. He's feeling good.
He's getting better. Yeah.
The single was a ground ball to the right side.
And the last out of the game that
was a ground ball to the right side.
It was almost identical to what he did in the first inning. It's just that in the 9th, Arias somehow was able to stop it and throw him out at first base. But I mean, other than that, it looked almost identical to the way he started the ball game. But yeah, I would prefer to see him stay in the lineup today, just because I just want to see if maybe he's actually coming out of this thing. Now he's going to have 2 days off. I know Thursday is supposed to be a full day off. He's not pitching. He's not hitting. They've said they want him, sleep in, come to the ballpark late, just
chill, because you're not doing nothing. So I mean, I don't know. I think if he thinks he's starting to find something, I would love for him to be in. And also, offense truly needs him to get going because the hope is that's a trickle down, right?
Yeah.
Like if he starts hitting, then Mookie will start hitting. I know it's only been 2 games, and he's not. I don't think Mookie's playing today.
He's not. He's off today. I know that was part of the plan, at least early in his ramp up, was to just get him some days off, and see how he progresses. So he's supposed to be off today. I believe he's going to play on Thursday. And I know he's going to take off one of the games this weekend against the Angels. I'm not sure which one.
Right. Yeah. So now you've just lost two big bats in your lineup when you've already lost 4 in a row and 2 to the Giants. I really truly thought we didn't talk about it yesterday, but I thought, oh, the Giants got 9 runs. That's it.
They're tapped out.
1 over the next 2 games because they're such a bad hitting team, and they turn around and get 6, and they hit. Not only do they hit Yamamoto, they get like Trinan. It's just an absolute disaster.
Yeah, it has not been great at all. But they're again. If you're taking the positives, Otani with a couple of hits last night. Kyle Tucker continues to hit.
He's been good, man.
He's been really good. So it's good to see him start to come around a little bit. I mean, if we're going to nitpick, would like to see the power numbers, but nobody's really hitting with power aside from Max Muncy really on this team right now. But the fact is, Tucker's getting on base. He's starting to hit. These strikeout numbers are coming down from where they were earlier in the season. So that is for sure a positive with this team. So
yeah, I mean, he had a big double in the 8th inning. He was probably like he started getting it going. You know, Freddie got on base and then he hit a double. Really thought that was going to be the moment. And then Max Muncy decides not to challenge a ball. That was definitely outside. But that's a whole nother thing. But I like seeing what Tucker's doing. He just seems more comfortable at the plate, and that'll help. I mean, the power maybe hasn't come around just yet, but I'd rather him just be getting on base and consistently moving runners along and then have the power come later than striking out. And I like the fact when he walks too, that just means he's being more patient too. So there's a lot of good things right now around Kyle Tucker. And we weren't saying that at the beginning. You were this close. You were this close.
You know what? I think he knew it. He knew that he was going to be a villain. He's like, I gotta pick it up. I can't have this happening. It's my first month in Los Angeles. This can't be the thing. Carlos Garcia saying Kyle Green is doing better. I chuckled at that. So, the bottom of the order last night, though. I mean, the top part of the order got on base, moved guys around. The bottom part of the order, a combined 0 for 15 with 6 strikeouts. So that was not great.
Esson Kim at the bottom of the lineup since he's been activated, since he was the one that they decided it was going to stay up. He has not gotten a hit, and he's struck out 6 times.
Yeah. So maybe he needed Alex Freeland here to sort of push. Maybe he needed to look over his shoulder, right? To look over his shoulder the whole time. Roy's trying to ask about Alec Thomas pickup. I'm curious how this works. I mean, obviously they're not going to rely on him for much. He's going to be in Oklahoma City for the time being, but I'm curious. I would think at some point we'll probably see him in Los Angeles. So we'll see if the Dodgers can fix him from where he was.
Yeah, he's the opposite of Alex Call. I mean, well, like legitimately opposite. He's a light hitting from the left side of the plate.
Yeah.
So, it's just a little bit of backup. I'm sure we'll see him too. He's not going to come up here and wow you by any means, but it's a little bit more depth in the outfield.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much what it is.
Good defensive player.
Game 3 of a 4-game series between the Dodgers and Giants continues tonight. Dodgers trying to get off the schneid, trying to score more than 3 runs for the first time in what feels like a while. So we'll see tonight. They got Robbie Ray going against them. Shohei Otani on the mound. His 0.97 ERA. It's wild. He's 2-2. He has an ERA under 1, and he is 2-2. Like, how does that happen?
They get him 1 run. 1 run is what they get. And sometimes 0.
So we will see. There will be no Shohei in the lineup tonight, no Mookie Betts in the lineup tonight. So we'll see if the Dodger offense can sort of figure some things out against Robbie Ray. Of course, we'll be here to talk about it tomorrow morning as well. Stick around. It's the Donovan Cap Morning Extravaganza is coming up next. Thanks to everybody in the chat for jumping in and participating. We always appreciate that. Thanks to Brooke for production assistance as well. It'll do it for this edition of the Blue Review presented by LAX for Greg Bergman. I'm Marcus Grant. We'll see you back here tomorrow, 6:30, 6:55 here on the ESPN LA YouTube channel. See you.
See you.